Hare Krishna everyone, we're continuing to read the Teachings of Lord Kapila, the book by His Divine Grace Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Chapter 11, The Symptoms of a Sadhu. Continuing. Formerly, the Varnashrama Dharma was prominent, and everyone had a particular duty according to his position in society. Now, the occupational duties have expanded, but it doesn't matter whether one is an engineer, a doctor, or whatever. Simply try to serve Krishna by the results of work. That is bhakti. It is not the philosophy of this Krishna consciousness movement to disengage people from their activities. One should engage in his occupation, but one should never forget Krishna. Krishna advises us to always become Krishna conscious, and we should always think that we are acting for Krishna. Of course, we should work by the order of Krishna or his representative, not whimsically. If we perform some nonsensical action and think, I'm doing this for Krishna, that will not be accepted. The work must be verified by Krishna's acceptance, or by the acceptance of Krishna's representative. Arjuna did not fight without Krishna's order. Therefore, we must receive our orders also. We may say, I cannot find Krishna, how can I follow his order? It is the role of the sadhu to impart Krishna's orders. Since Krishna's representative is the sadhu, Kapila Deva advises his mother to associate with sadhus. We have described the symptoms of a sadhu, and we have stated that a sadhu should be accepted by his characteristics. It is not that we accept anyone who comes along and says, I am a sadhu. The characteristics of a sadhu have to be present. Similarly, it is not that anyone is accepted who comes along and says, I am an incarnation of God. There are characteristics of God given in the Shastras. Sadhu Sangha, association with a sadhu, is very essential in Krishna consciousness. People are suffering due to contamination by Tamaguna and Rajaguna. The sadhu teaches one how to remain purely in Sattva Guna by truthfulness, cleanliness, mind control, sense control, simplicity, tolerance, and full faith and knowledge. These are some of the characteristics of Sattva Guna. Instead of thinking, unless I have a drink, I will go mad, one should think, unless I associate with a sadhu, I will go mad. Oh, I like this thought. I like this way of thinking. Unless I associate with a sadhu, I will go mad. When we can think in that way, we will become liberated. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has stated that he wants every village in the world, in the entire world, to be a center for Krishna consciousness, so that people can take advantage of sadhus and in turn become sadhus. This is the mission of this Krishna consciousness movement. We simply have to voluntarily undergo some penance in the beginning. It may be a little painful in the beginning to refrain from illicit sex, intoxication, meat eating, and gambling. but one has to be tolerant. To be cured of a disease, we may have to agree to undergo some surgical operation. Although the operation may be very painful, we have to tolerate it. This is called titikshava. At the same time, we have to be karunika. That is, we have to take compassion upon fallen souls by going from town to town to enlighten others in Krishna consciousness. This is a sadhu's duty. Those who are preachers are superior to those who go to the Himalayas to meditate. It is good to go to the Himalayas to meditate for one's personal benefit, but those who undergo many difficulties in order to preach are superior. They're actually fighting for Krishna's sake, and they are certainly more compassionate. Those sadhus who leave Vrindavan to go fight in the world to spread Krishna consciousness are superior sadhus. This is the opinion of Krishna in Bhagavad Gita 18.68 to 69. Yaidam paramam guhyam mad bhaktishvabhidashyati bhaktim mai param kritva mam evaishyatya samshaya nacha tasman manusheshu kaschin me priyakritama bhavitana cha me tasmad anya priyataro bhuvi. Quote, for one who explains the supreme secret to the devotees, devotional service is guaranteed, and at the end he will come back to me. There is no servant in this world more dear to me than he, nor will there ever be one more dear. Unquote. If we want to be quickly recognized by Krishna, we should become preachers. This is also the message of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It is not that one should remain in India, rather one should travel all over the world to preach Krishna consciousness. The sadhu is suhrit. He is the well-wisher of everyone. This does not mean that he is a well-wisher for an Indian nationalist or whatever. Nor is he a well-wisher. No, he is a well-wisher even for cats and dogs. A devotee even wishes to benefit cats and dogs by giving them prasad. Once, when devotees from Bengal were going to see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, a dog began to follow them, and the leader of the party, Shivananda Sena, was giving prasad to the dog. When they had to cross a river, the boatman would not take the dog, but Shivananda Sena paid him more money and said, please take this dog. He is a Vaishnava, for he has joined our company. How can we leave him behind? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself actually threw some of his food to the dog, and in this way the dog attained Vaikuntha. Not only is a sadhu everyone's well-wisher, but he is not an enemy of anyone. He is also Shanta, peaceful. These are the preliminary characteristics of a sadhu. He is also attached to no one but Krishna. Mayanyena bhavena. These are the external and internal symptoms of a devotee. A devotee also respects the demigods because he knows their position in relation to Krishna. In Brahma Samhita 5.44, the goddess Durga is worshipped as the external energy or potency of Krishna. Srishti sthiti pralaya sadhana shaktir eka jayeva yasya bhuvanani bibharti Durga icha nurupamapi yasya cha cheshtatesha govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. Quote, the external energy, Maya, who is of the nature of the shadow of the Chit, spiritual potency, is worshipped by all people as Durga, the creating, preserving, and destroying agency of this mundane world. I adore the primeval Lord Govinda, in accordance with whose will Durga conducts herself. Unquote. The goddess Durga is so powerful that she can create, maintain, and annihilate. However, she cannot act independent of Krishna. She's like a shadow of Krishna. A sadhu knows that Prakriti, nature, is working under Krishna's direction. Similarly, a policeman knows that he is not working independently, but under government orders. This knowledge is required in order that the policeman, who has some power, will not think that he has become God. No, God is not so cheap. God has multi-energies, and one of these energies is Durga. It is not that she is all in all, for there are many millions of Durgas, just as there are many millions of Shivas and millions of universes. Although there are millions of demigods, God is one. It is not that there are million gods. Of course, God can expand in millions of forms, but that is different. A devotee offers respects to the demigods as the assistants of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, not as the supreme power. One who does not know God as he is considers the demigods to be supreme. Such people are less intelligent. A devotee offers respects to the demigods, but he knows that the Supreme Lord is Krishna. Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. Actually, a sadhu, a Vaishnava, offers respects to everyone, and he is ready to give up relatives and everything else for Krishna's sake. A sadhu simply takes pleasure in hearing about Krishna and talking about him. There are many pastimes enacted by Krishna. He fights and kills demons, and he performs his pastimes with the gopis. He plays as a coward boy in Vrindavan and as king of Dwaraka. There are many books about Krishna, Krishna Katha, and this Krishna consciousness movement has already published many of them. Apart from Bhagavad Gita, which is spoken by Krishna, we can read these other books. In this way, one can learn the art of becoming a sadhu. Simply by hearing about Krishna and speaking about Krishna, we will be immediately relieved from the suffering of this material condition. As stated in this verse, Ta ete sadhava sadvi sarvasanga vivarjitaha. These symptoms are visible when one no longer has material attachment. A sadhu does not think himself Hindu, Muslim, Christian, American, Indian, or whatever. a sadhu simply thinks, I am the servant of Krishna. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has said, I'm not a Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, Brahmachari, or whatever. I'm simply the servant of the servant of the servant of Krishna. One need only learn this process in order to render the best service to humanity. Wow, such a powerful conclusion. So, we have completed chapter 12, and we have completed chapter 11. I'm looking at chapter 12, which we will start in the next episode. Chapter 12 is entitled Association with the Supreme Lord Through Hearing. So we shall read it next. Thank you so much for tuning in today. The link to this book is in the description. Please check out our website, shravanamdiaries.com, and we shall see you tomorrow. Hare Krishna.